Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa kafa wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil mursaleen, Sayyidina wa Nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'een, wa man sanna sunnatahu wa ihtada bihadihi ila yawmiddin, amma ba'du. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. أفمن يعلم أنما أنزل إليك من ربك الحق كمن هو أعمى إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب الذين يوفون بعهد الله ولا ينقضون الميثاق. صدق الله العظيم. My dear and respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, if I ask you to open your Quran, if you have smartphone with you, or if you can grab a Quran from the shelf, please, because this topic is very important and I would like you to remember these ayahs. So it's not that you just listen, you read with me. So if you have your iPhones or smartphones, please open them, or your Quran, and Surah Ar-Ra'd. Yeah, I'm telling you, Surah Ar-Ra'd, the surah number is 13. Surah number 13, 1-3. The name of the surah is Ar-Ra'd. Right? Now we'll start with ayah number 19. Ayah number 19. You got it? Ayah number 19. Okay, one more time, Surah Ar-Ra'd. The number of this surah is 13, and please turn to ayah number 19. Okay? Okay? So I'm going to read and then translate and then explain, inshallah. So the ayah number 19 says, أَفَمَنْ يَعْلَمُ أَنَّمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ الْحَقِّ كَمَنْ هُوَ أَعْمَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, can that person who knows that whatever has been revealed to you from your Rabb is haqq, is the truth, which is Quran, can that person be equal to a'ma? Kaman huwa a'ma. Can that person be equal to a blind person? Right? Meaning you know that Quran has been revealed from your Rabb, right? So this is the book of Allah. So you have firm belief in that. So now you are a person who have a light in your eyes. You have eyesight. Now a person who does not believe in Quran as the book of Allah, Allah is saying, Kaman huwa a'ma. He is like a blind person. Right? Because any person who reads Quran, studies Quran, that person must or should believe that this book is not written by a human being, right? This book is written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But a person who after reading Quran, studying Quran, still does not believe this to be the book of Allah, so Allah think, Kaman huwa a'ma. He is like a blind person, right? Now Allah says, Innama yatadhakkaru ulul albab. And only ulul albab people will understand this point. Yatadhakkaru means to understand something. Ulul albab means intelligent people. So meaning if you have understood this fact that this book is the book of Allah, so you are intelligent. You have made the best use of your life. Now, Alladhina yufuna, ayah number 20. Alladhina yufuna bi'ahdillah وَلَا يَنْقُضُونَ الْمِيثَاقِ. Now my dear brothers and sisters, from here start counting the qualities of intelligent people. Right? So quality number 1 is what, brothers and sisters? That he believes in Quran. Right? That's quality number 1. Now, quality number 2 that intelligent people have is that when they make a promise to Allah, yufuna bi'ahdillah, they do an ahad with Allah. Ahad means any promise to Allah. And remember, the biggest promise that you have already made to Allah is when you said La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. That is the biggest promise that you had made. That Allah, I believe in you as Rabb and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as Rasul. So now this is the ahad that you have made. That Allah, I'm going to live by it. So Allah thinks, Alladhina yufuna bi'ahdillah. Those people who fulfill this promise that they made with Allah. وَلَا يَنْقُضُونَ الْمِيثَاقِ. And these people do not break this mithaq, this pledge that they had made to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? In this, your obedience to Allah and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is included. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Praying 5 times Salah, fasting, giving zakat, going for Hajj, not lying, not cheating, not hurt. All of these are included in this kalima shahada, la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, right? Yes, so now this is the second point, right? So again, the first point is you believe in Quran being the book of Allah, right? Second is that you fulfill the promise that you made to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now comes, brother, the third, and this is the most important point. After believing in Quran and fulfilling your ahad. Now what is that? وَالَّذِينَ يَصِلُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ أَن يُوصَلْ. Now this one is very, very difficult. It is more difficult than the second and the first one. And that is that all my life, I am going to have a wonderful, very healthy, very positive relationship with my relatives. You know? Yes, so this is something that is difficult. Right? Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, well, this is the criteria of being a mu'min. The criteria of being an intelligent person, the criteria of being a believer is, among other things, is this third point. Yes, no, wasala yasilu means to join, to connect. To connect. Allah is saying that you should connect with your relatives. And then Allah says, Ayusal. Ma amar Allah bi ayusal. And I am connecting with my relatives not because I like them. Because relatives are such that whether I like them or not, I have to connect with them. Because it's not my choice. This is the choice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because remember, brothers, the difference between friends and relative is very evident. And this is, I pick my friends in school, college, workplace, neighborhood, masjid, society. I like a person, so now that person becomes my friend. So I pick my friends, right? But relatives are picked for us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose which family I am going to be born in, right? Who is my dad's brother? It's not my choice. When I was born, my dad already had a brother. My aunt, right? My pupi, my khala, right? My dad's sister, my mom's sister, my mom's brother, their children, and then you just keep on going, right? These are all determined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? We have no choice. And it is not always the case that you will like your relatives, just like you like your friends, right? Because again, brothers, in friendship what happens is that you like a person who was stranger to you, but there's something common between you and him, or maybe her, right? So now you made that person your friend because you have something common. You think alike. But among relatives, it is different. Your cousin, your aunt, your uncle could be a person whom you do not like because that person could be a weird person. Or you could be a weird person. Either way. Whatever the case is. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that that's my choice. I gave you a set of individuals who are your relatives. Now Allah is saying the test of Iman among other tests is an yusal. That you always connect with your relatives. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, why should you connect with your relatives? Here Allah says, Ma amar Allah. This is the commandment of Allah. So it's not your choice. You must be good to your relatives. Ma amar Allah, because this is the amr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So, my dear brothers and sisters, this point, this ayah is immensely important. Because it's very easy to break families. It's very easy to become mad at your relatives and tell them, I'm not going to talk to you, we are not going to meet. Very easy to cut the ties. But it's very difficult and challenging to keep the relationship going in a healthy way. But this is the test of Iman. Right? Now, continue here. وَيَخْشَوْنَ رَبَّهُمْ. Another thing is that these people are good to their relatives because they fear Allah. They fear Allah. That this is the commandment of Allah, ma amar Allah, to be good to your relatives. So because I fear Allah, I am going to do my best to be good to my relatives, even if they are mean to me. Again, brothers, if they are mean to me, I am going to be good to my relatives. Why? وَيَخْشَوْنَ رَبَّهُمْ. I fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't want to be held accountable on the day of judgment by Allah, when Allah will say, why were you so rude to your uncle, to your aunt, to your relatives? So I have وَيَخَافُونَ سُوءَ الْحِسَابِ. And they fear that my book of deeds will get corrupted if I am bad to people, if I am bad to my relatives. Now how your book of deeds could get corrupted if you are bad to your relatives? I'll tell you this hadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that a person, right, who was a friend, and remember, friendship is one step lower than relatives. So Rasulullah is not talking about relatives here. Rasulullah is talking about friends. Rasulullah said that this person was good to them, good to his friend. They used to say Assalamu alaikum whenever they will meet. They will talk, they were friends. But now this person started developing hatred towards his friend. Now he will meet him, but he will not say salam. Completely different man. Right? He will not talk to him. So you know what Rasulullah said? Rasulullah said, this person's salah will not be accepted by Allah. Rasulullah said, mu'allaq. It goes up, and then at a point Allah said, okay, stop his salah right here. It should not come all the way to the arsh. Stop here. Why? Because this person who prayed salah, he had developed bad relationship with his friend. He's not saying salam, he's not talking. Again, this is regarding friends. What about relatives? That you are praying Jummah salah, but you have hatred and you're not on talking terms with your own brother, with your own sister, with your own aunt. This is even more severe. Right? Therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَيَخَافُونَ سُوءَ الْحِسَابِ. They fear su al-hisab, bad accounts. That my account of deeds on the day of judgment will be all corrupted. I mean, imagine, brothers and sisters, that on the day of judgment, your book of deed is there with the 10,000 salah. Right? 10,000 salah there. But reward zero. No reward for salah. You pray 10,000 salah, but the reward for that is zero. That is as if you have not prayed salah. Why? Your salah was fine, nothing wrong in the act of salah. But you were not on talking terms with your friends and relatives. Allah said, no, his salah is rejected. So this point and this hadith teaches us the importance of maintaining relationships, not breaking them. And this should also help us understand that in order for our salah to be accepted, we have to work on our life when we are not in salah, meaning outside the salah. Right? This is why Allah said, "Qul inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin." My salah, my hajj, and my life, the entire life, should be, and death should be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are khafuna su al-hisab. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala went on to say, another ayah number 22, وَالَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا ابْتِغَاءَ وَجْهِ رَبِّهِمْ. And these intelligent people have another quality, and that is, brothers and sisters, look, in order to maintain your relationships with people, you need what? Sabr. Patience. Patience. So, Allah says, Sabaru. These people exercise patience. They don't go, they do not reply to harmful comments by similar harmful comments from their relatives. But they say something, when their relatives say something to them, they have sabr. Ibtigha'a wajhi rabbihim. Why? They can also reply to their relatives and finish with their relationship? No. Ibtigha'a wajhi rabb. They are having sabr because they want to see the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ibtigha'a wajhi rabbihim. Allah, I want reward from you. My uncle said such a nasty thing to me. My aunt accused my daughter of wrongdoing. What kind of aunt she is? She is accusing her niece of something bad which she never did. Well, go and talk to her. Make sure that she understands that she is wrong, but do not sever and do not cut off the relationship. Ibtigha'a wajhi rabbihim. Right? It's just nice, brothers and sisters, when we talk about this, the best human being after Rasul Sallallahu was who? Abu Bakr Siddiq, right? Allah revealed ayah in Quran. When Abu Bakr's daughter, Mu'min Aisha, was accused of wrongdoing, so many munafiqin hypocrite joined the rally against Aisha radiallahu anha. And among them was one young man whom Abu Bakr had become guardian over. He was taking care of that person's entire expenses. He was like a son to Abu Bakr. And when Abu Bakr came to know that young man has joined the rank of these evil people who are accusing Mu'min Aisha of wrongdoing. So imagine the heart of the father, Abu Bakr Siddiq. It broke. And in a fit of anger, he said that Wallahi, no more help for this young man ever. No more. He said, no more. What kind of a man he is? Allah revealed ayah in Quran. Allah said, وَلَا يَأْتَلِ أُولُو الْفَضْلِ مِنْكُمْ وَالسَّعَةِ أَنْ يُؤْتُوا أُولِي الْقُرْبَى. Allah said, if you are a man of ulul fadl, if you are a man of dignity and honor, you are a noble man, you should not swear that I'm not going to help. Continue helping him. Yes, talk to him. Make him realize that what he had done is wrong. Sit down with him. But because of that person's mistake, you should not change. You are a person, ulul fadl. You are a noble person. And Allah is telling Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, you are, go. And then Allah said, وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا. And once that young man realizes his mistake, Allah said, forgive him. Forgive him. أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Don't you wish that Allah should forgive you in the same way? So this means that among our relatives, when somebody does something which hurts you, right? Sit down and talk to that individual. And once that person realizes his or her mistake, Allah is saying, وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا. Forgive. Forgive. Right? Why? Because ibtigha wajhi rabbi. You want and you wish the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأَقَامُوا الصَّلَاةِ. And intelligent people establish salah. وَأَنْفَقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ سِرًّا وَعَلَانِيَةً. And they spend from their money, right, in the open and in secrecy. وَيَدْرَؤُونَ بِالْحَسَنَةِ السَّيِّئَةِ. And now, brothers and sisters, this is the akhlaq that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you and me to have. And that is ulul albab, intelligent people, mu'mineen, they return evil with good. وَيَدْرَؤُونَ بِالْحَسَنَةِ. Hasana means good. Sayya means evil. Somebody did evil to you, your relative did something. Do not reply that evil act with a similar evil act. Well, you can do that, but then you will not be among ulul albab then. أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمْ عُقْبَى الدَّارِ. For such nice people, Allah said there is tremendous reward for them. What is that? جَنَّاتُ عَدْنٍ يَدْخُلُونَهَا وَمَنْ صَلَحَ مِنْ آبَائِهِمْ وَأَزْوَاجِهِمْ وَذُرِّيَّاتِهِمْ وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ يَدْخُلُونَ عَلَيْهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ بَابٍ سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكُمْ بِمَا صَبَرْتُمْ فَنِعْمَ عُقْبَى الدَّارِ. Allah said they will get Jannah. And then next thing Allah said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will address them and say, Salamun alaykum in Jannah. May peace be upon you, bima sabartum, because you did tremendous amount of sabr. And brother, this sabr, patience, is with your relatives. This ayah is in regard to your relationship with your relatives. So they were causing pain to you, but Allah in Jannah will tell you, Salamun alaykum bima sabartum. Allah Himself will say, may peace be upon you because you exercised tremendous sabr and patience and you continued your relationship with your relatives. فَنِعَمْ عُقْبَى الدَّارِ. And so what a good place you are going to get today on the day of judgment. So brothers and sisters, this is regarding having good relationships. Now quickly, those who lose temper and they cut their relationship with their relatives, right? I'm not going to talk to you. I will never meet you. I will never visit your house. You are not welcome in my house. To your relatives. What about them? Now look in ayah number 25. وَالَّذِينَ يَنْقُضُونَ عَهْدَ اللَّهِ. Those people who break the pledge that they made with Allah. مِن بَعْدِ مِيثَاقِهِ. After they had made that pledge with Allah. Now, وَيَقْطَعُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ أَن يُوصَلْ. And they cut off that relationship which Allah had ordered that you should not. Allah ordered you to join, to connect. You cut it off. Right? Allah said, وَيُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. By by cutting off your relationship with your relatives, what you are doing is you are creating fasad on the earth. Brothers and sisters, a very important point. Because your children are watching over you. Your relatives' children are walking. And they say, well, my mom and dad, oh, this is the way to live. Oh, okay, so I'm going to be mean to my relatives. If I don't like anything from them, I'm going to yell and scream at them, and I'm not going to visit them, and I'm not going to have any relationship with them. So your children are watching over you. And that kind of attitude that you are showing to your relatives, your children are going to follow on your footsteps. This will create fasad on the earth. Fasad on the earth. Allah said, now look at this. Ulaika lahumul la'nat. Such people who are bad to their relatives, Allah's curse, la'nat, be upon them. That's what I'm trying to emphasize here, brothers. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. You have to be good to your relatives. Ulaika lahumul la'nat. And then walahum su'ud dar. And they are going to have the worst possible abode in the life hereafter. Su'ud dar. Right? So my dear brothers and sisters, I just wanted to share these ayahs, these 5-6 ayahs with you. And in conclusion, my dear brothers and sisters, let's go back to that one hadith of our Rasul in which our Rasul said that those people who are good to their relatives, two things will happen to them in this world. One is Allah will give them barakah in their rizq. Barakah in your rizq. Second is Allah will give them barakah and blessing in their life. Right? Again, barakah in your life means that you will have the same number of years that Allah has stipulated for you to live. But your life will become so full of happiness. Same amount of time spent, but you are enjoying. Because there is a joy that you experience when you are with your cousins and uncles and relatives. Right? Let's say, brother, you have a food. Have you taken lunch already, brother, or not? Okay, let's say after this speech, after the Jummah, let's say somebody brings you a plate of biryani, right? Right? Now, if I ask you to eat that biryani alone, in a corner, you will not enjoy it that much. But if your friends and relatives join you, everybody comes with a plate and say, well, you are sitting alone, can I join you? Yes, brother, please come. Now you are eating, talking, the same food is more tasty now. Right? So now you are enjoying it. Same thing with life. If you are living in seclusion, you are not enjoying your life that much. But if you are living with good relationship with your relatives, you will be enjoying it. Right? So Rasul said that Allah will put barakah in your life, meaning your life will become more enjoyable. Right? And one more thing, my dear brothers and sisters, among the signs of the Day of Judgment that our Rasul mentioned is that all the moral and ethical values in the world will go upside down. Good will become evil, evil will become good. Now, visiting your relatives and they visiting you, it will become a rarity. It will become something very rare. Nobody would like to visit anybody. Just give me my phone and leave me alone. Like our children, right? You give them their phone, they go in their bedroom, they lock the door. And now they're inside, they love it. But if their cousin comes, they do not like it. Upside down. You know, when we were kids, we would go out after the school in the evening with our cousins, friends, we'll play outside, we'll enjoy it. But nowadays, everything has gone upside down. Our children want to be alone. Don't disturb them. Privacy. I want to be in my room, please. Even if some relative have come to visit, mom and dad should take care of them, leave us alone. And because we Muslims do not know Quran well, so we think that our children do not disturb them. They don't realize that it is part of deen, that when somebody comes at home, especially relatives, our children should leave whatever they are doing. It is the hukum of Allah. Ma amar Allahu bi an yusal. They should leave whatever they are doing. And they should come and sit with their relatives, even for a few minutes. This is the haqq and the right of the relatives who are visiting. Right? But nowadays I see parents say, oh, just leave our children alone. They are in the room. Actually, we are entertaining our guests. Brother, that's not deen. That could be some other culture. And then you are losing your next generation. So, I wanted to emphasize on this point. Among other things, one sister texted me today and said, Hafsa, please address this topic on Jummah. I do not know what she's going through, but I promised her that, okay, fine, I'll address this point here. But, it is good for all of us, right? It's a reminder for all of us. So, these ayahs from Surah Al-Ra'd, right, please remember them, right? And in your free time, please go over them again. And please remind yourself that it is amr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be good to your relatives. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help you and may understand. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallah wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka.